Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are in the world. My name is Stelmo98, and in this video, we are going to be discussing the roof launches in Sonic Project 06. You see my timing there? So this is going to be a little bit of a different style of tutorial video because as you can see, it's post-commentary, and I'm doing it for this reason because this trick is very difficult to do while also trying to explain all the intricacies of how it's done each time. So if you're looking to give the egg carrier a couple kisses, maybe a hug or something while you're playing in Wave Ocean, you can do it this way in Sonic's Mach Speed section. So how do roof launches work? This was actually something that was done in that was in the game. I don't remember what demo exactly it was that was done, or when it was added. It was a glitch originally, and then Chaos fixed it and removed it by putting some invisible walls there. But after some coercion by fellow speedrunner Gordon Ramsay to Chaos X, not the chef, but the speedrunner, or maybe they're the same person, I don't know. He convinced Chaos to put this back into the game because honestly, if you show somebody Project 06, you show them the roof launches because it's really cool. So, going over some things, firstly, is Sonic in his Mach Speed form, I guess, if you want to call it that. And the Mach Speed sections have several different levels of speed. The only two speeds we're worried about are the highest speed and the second highest speed. You know that when you're using regular Sonic, you're at your highest speed. You can see those white speed lines. They're very faint because this is an older video of mine. But you can kind of see the speed lines there. And then the second highest speed level, call it, obviously the highest we call Mach 4. There's 4 different levels. Second highest we call Mach 3. That's when Sonic is just running with his fists held behind him, but without the speed lines. The reason this is important is because as you can't really tell too much by the video, but when Sonic is running at his max running speed, he just barrels through enemies as if like he was boosting in Sonic Unleashed. And that's a problem because especially for this first roof launch with both Sonic and Supersonic, you need to be at Mach 3 instead of Mach 4 in order to do that. So what I do with regular Sonic, and you can see on the input display that's right underneath my camera here, is that I have the speed lines here and I actually pull back just a tad. I do like 2 taps. I'll show one more time here. I do 2 taps on the controller here to slow down and get rid of those speed lines. But as you can kind of see, Sonic is still... Here, let me get a better frame of animation here. You can kind of see that Sonic's still holding his fists tight. That's how we know we're at Mach 3. Then, because we're at Mach 3, what we can do is I'm actually going to just advance the video some frames here, is I do a jump, and then I'm going to badnik bounce off of this enemy right here. So you badnik bounce off of like the enemy or the gun robot or the Eggman robot or whatever that's like the second from the right. And what that does is it gives Sonic enough height here to where we can meet the roof. Now, because Mach Speed Sonic moves so fast and because of the slope of these roofs, Sonic goes flying, right? Just like that. And you can go through the egg carrier because obviously it has no collision. Even with Supersonic, you can kind of meet and race the egg carrier. It's pretty cool. Now, something that is going to be coming next is actually the second roof launch you can do. This one isn't necessary. It's not really any faster than doing the first roof launch normally. But if you're lucky enough to have the right speed, you can actually continue your Mach speed off of that second roof in order to get a second roof launch. Again, just for fun, it's not really any faster, but it's a good time regardless. The camera's up here, Stelmo. Anyway, so that's the first 2 sets of roof launches with regular Sonic. As we move into our third and final roof launch, it's a little bit complicated. So this is again why I did the YouTube video, or looking at a YouTube video rather than doing it in real time, is this tree. This tree is the most important tree in the entire game, because the moment that I meet this tree to Sonic's right here, that's when I do a jump. And obviously Sonic's moving really fast, so I'm a little bit past it in terms of, you know, reaction time and stuff. But I just do a tap jump. A tap jump meaning, you know, I take the controller and I just tap the button and that's it. I don't like hold it or anything. I just do a tap. And then once you jump, you need to land on this rock right here. And you need to land on the rock pretty much at the apex of it, or else you're not going to have enough height to launch off the second roof. Very difficult stuff to do. I recommend, I will link, this is in the P06 tutorial videos, but I wanted to kind of explain it and stuff. So if you just want to see the roof launches without me pausing and starting it all the time, I'll just go ahead and link it above here. You can find it in my tutorials and yada yada yada. So the moment that you jump on this rock, you need to jump off. So again, if I advance the frames here with Sonic, you see we land, immediate jump. Literally the next frame. So I'm in the air, land, jump. Very, very tight timing. Very tight timing. So then when we're jumping here, instead of doing the tap jump that we did to get onto the rock, we have to hold the jump button. And when we hold the jump button, I'm actually gonna go ahead and slow the video down here. When we hit the jump button and go all the way, it's this third roof that we're aiming for. We're aiming for the right side, so literally where Sonic is right now, right in front of him is what we're aiming for. Because if you're too low, you're gonna bonk on the roof, because the roofs are slanted and then they have straight collision on them, so that means that they're going to just bonk Sonic and you'll probably fall into the water. So we wanna have just the right amount of height to be able to jump, and you have to get it on the right side of the roof again, or Sonic's not going to have the correct height to do this. So again, just kind of seeing it in a bit of slow motion here. Hit the tree, jump, land on the rock, jump again, and then boom, we hit the launch. Something very important and something more important we're gonna see with Super Sonic is this stalactite, or stalagmite? Yeah, because it's on the ground. Stalagmite right here. I'm going to be talking about that more with Super Sonic. But with regular Sonic, we just do the launch, meet the egg carrier again, and then we're just going to land on the beach on the other side of Wave Ocean. So those are the 3 roof launches that can be done with Sonic. So I'll go ahead and show them all together at full speed, just to see, or just to, you know, kind of bring it all home. So boom, we're doing a light dash. We got to Mach 4. I forgot to mention that you can only get to Mach 4 when you light dash and hold up on the control stick. I pull back, Sonic's at Mach 3. Badnik bounce off the enemy, do the first roof launch. Again, the egg carrier doesn't have collision, so I don't have to worry about it. We were lucky enough to land on the roof to get the second roof launch. Then we land, do a light dash to get to Mach 4. One thing I forgot to mention is you do have to be at Mach 4. Land on the rock, do a full jump, and land on the roof, and then go to the beach, bounce on the enemy, and do the rest of the Wave Ocean Mach speed section. Now, for Super Sonic, it's a little bit trickier because Super Sonic in Shadow Release version 3. Or version 1.5 or 1.6 moves way faster than normal Sonic does. So the first roof launch is going to look very similar, but the second roof launch is going to look different. It's actually easier with Super Sonic. So again, kind of the similar start. We grab a bunch of rings, do the light dash, get to Mach 4. Now, how I get to Mach 3 with Super Sonic, because he moves so much faster, it's a lot more difficult to gauge when he's actually at Mach 3 when you pull back on the controller, because Chaos made his animations different from regular Sonic, obviously. A great way to get to Mach 3 is to do a light dash without holding the control stick up. That automatically puts Super Sonic specifically, at Mach 3. So as you'll see here, I'm going to not do the first roof launch. That's a bit awkward because this is an older video. I didn't know I didn't do the first roof launch. So but that's how you do it. You badnik bounce off the enemy and you jump into the air. You can tell I totally proofread this video before I started recording. Anyway, so the second roof launch, which I know is something that I do in this video, is pretty simple. Right when Sonic is this becomes an angle, like it becomes a slope here, you jump. As you can see, I jump with Sonic, and we're aiming for this first giant, like, almost pavilion or gazebo-like structure, and we're landing there and using the very tip of it. You have to be, like, almost perfectly aligned with the tip of it, or else you don't gain enough height, because this structure right here, this rock structure, actually, if you don't get enough height, you will just ram right into it and bonk with Supersonic, and that's not a good time. However, if you do get the roof launch with Supersonic, it is a sight to behold, let me tell you. So you jump, boom, roof launch, you are flying with the egg carrier here. It's honestly super cool, at least I think. And the reason I talked about this stalagmite is there is a kill plane to Sonic's left. And I've been playing this game for a long time, so I really know where it is. Another good indicator, if you want to use it this way, is this side of the tunnel later in the level is kind of where the kill plane is. Now, the reason I talked about this stalagmite here is because the kill plane goes from being parallel with the egg carrier to jutting off to the side. And the reason I know that is because in Shadow's Wave Ocean, Chaos made like this digital wall showing that you can't fly there with the hang glider. But that goes this direction. So it hits the stalagmite and then just goes across to here, which obviously in Sonic's Wave Ocean, we're not going to be using that. So it doesn't matter. Beyond that, we can just land right in the tunnel, right there, and then we do Wave Ocean as normal, which is awesome. So, just to put it all together, again, I don't show the very first roof launch with Supersonic. You don't really have to do the first roof launch. It doesn't save nearly as much time as the second one does, but it's cool nonetheless. Again, exact same thing. Just to pull back with Supersonic, do a light dash, but don't hold up on the control stick. Just do a light dash. So we go like this, and pass through the first one, bust the enemies, do our first set of wall jumps here. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab and do the light dash, and now we're at full speed. You can tell I'm at full speed because I'm light dashing and I've got the thing up here. And then the moment the slope, not really the moment, I guess I should say, more like when you're almost halfway down the slope or whatever, but in terms of reaction time, like, you're moving so fast that you're gonna jump near the bottom of the slope regardless. So you jump right there, boom, and dodge the kill plane straight into the tunnel with Supersonic. Absolutely incredible stuff. Well, guys, that is kind of it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing these launches. There's also loop launch there, but I might cover in another video. Same type of deal. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.